Real cases, real results. If you've been seriously injured, call Gruber's offices today. One call, that's all.
Sure, you can come for the fun, but you'll stay for the food.
And the brews.
And of course, our famous fish fry.
And it's all right here at the Middleton Sport Bowl, one of Middleton's original neighborhood bar and grills, with daily lunch, dinner, and drink specials. Middleton Sport Bowl on University Avenue, just east of Park Street.
Discover new opportunities together in a new Chevy. Meet up in an award-winning Equinox. Lend a hand in the Silverado with up to 14 available camera views. Or mix it up in the Trax with an 11-inch diagonal display screen. Find the Chevy that's right for you. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado models. Or get $5,000 total value on LTZ and High Country models when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
It's 7 a.m. right now. A Boeing jet is being investigated after a window was blown out on an Alaskan flight. What you need to know is straight ahead. Plus, local news, including how musicians came together to raise money for epilepsy research.
And we're tracking quite a bit of snow to start the week. All of the full forecast coming up.
Good morning and good top of hour to you joining us here on Weekend Mornings. Let's take a look outside this hour with Jacob Montesano. Jacob, like we were saying earlier, I mean, this really is just kind of the calm before the storm of what's going to be coming this Tuesday.
Yeah, today we're not going to see much, and tomorrow we're not going to see much either. Current radar is only showing a few flurries, especially between La Crosse and Eau Claire. Although we may continue to see some light snowflakes during the afternoon, we certainly aren't going to see any accumulation, so this won't be a huge issue. This won't even impact the road. Maybe make some slippery sidewalks, but for the most part, just expect cloudy skies, not a lot of sunshine, with temperatures staying relatively steady right around 30. Again, a few snowflakes are possible today, but we're certainly not going to see any accumulation out of them. Now, as we look a bit further, there is a winter storm watch in effect for Grant County. This is for right now, but I expect more winter storm watches to go in effect across the rest of our area during the afternoon. At the very least, a winter weather advisory. This is for Monday evening through Wednesday morning also. So we have that alert day for Tuesday, and the track of the storm is trending a bit further north, so the snow totals have actually gone up just a little bit. We're expecting around 2 to 6 inches, but this number is still subject to go up a little bit, and there are a few areas that could see closer to 8 inches of snow. I'll have the full forecast on the system, and again, this is Tuesday through Tuesday night, and I'll have more details on that coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Now, in our top story here at 7, a terrifying moment came aboard an Alaska Airlines flight from Portland, Oregon Friday when a section of its cabin ripped off mid-air. More than 170 passengers and 6 crew members were on board the flight. Rick Damagella has more on what happened.
Shock and terror on board Alaska Airlines Flight 1282 Friday night after part of the fuselage blew off shortly after takeoff. Passengers reported a boy's shirt was ripped off his torso and out through the gaping hole in the jet.
I guess a boy and his mother were sitting in that row, and his shirt was sucked off him and out of the plane, and his mother was holding onto him, and she said her own little boy's phone went out, too.
The airline says the plane took off from Portland, Oregon, bound for Ontario, California, with 171 passengers and 6 crew members on board. The flight reached 16,000 feet after takeoff when the panel, including a window, ripped off.
Typical flight, took off. Pilot came on, said, "Oh, we're crossing 10,000 feet. Keep your seatbelts on for a while yet." And shortly after that, you heard a big loud bang to the left rear. We were like in row 20.
I woke up to the plane just falling, and I knew it was not just normal turbulence because the masks came down, and that's when the panic definitely started to set in.
The pilot was able to safely return to the airport and land the plane with no major injuries reported. A team from the National Transportation Safety Board is now investigating the incident. And Alaska Airlines announced it was temporarily grounding their entire fleet of Boeing 737-9 MAX planes. The Federal Aviation Administration also ordered the temporary grounding of the model of plane involved. I'm Rick Damigella reporting.
In a statement, Alaska Airlines CEO says he is working with Boeing and regulators to understand what occurred. And Boeing has said they are working to gather information as well. Turning to the Israel-Hamas conflict, Israeli tanks fired into Gaza from southern Israel Saturday as the war against Hamas rages on in the Palestinian enclave. Meanwhile, top U.S. and EU diplomats have visited the region to seek ways to halt spillover from the conflict. The offensive aimed at wiping out Hamas has so far killed over 22,000 people and has devastated the densely populated enclave of 2.3 million people. At least 122 Palestinians have been killed and 256 others injured in Gaza in the past 24 hours alone. Saturday, Pope Francis expressed his sympathy for the victims of two deadly explosions in Kerman, Iran. The explosion killed nearly 100 people and wounded scores more. The attacks took place on Wednesday at an anniversary memorial service. It was for an Iranian military commander who was killed in Iraq in 2020 by a U.S. drone. The Islamic State has claimed responsibility for the attack. The explosions took place amid a tense mood in the region as Israel's war against Hamas in Gaza nears the 3-month mark. Back in our area, the Iowa County Sheriff's Office says they responded Saturday morning to a head-on collision on County Highway K. It happened around 10 a.m. The Sheriff's Office says a car was traveling northbound and lost control on the snow and ice-covered road as it rounded a curve. That's when it collided with an oncoming car in the southbound lane. 4 adults were injured. They were transported to a Madison hospital with various injuries. Speed and alcohol do not appear to be contributing factors. Today will be the last day of delays in downtown Madison. East Wilson Street has been fully closed off to traffic for a crane setup. A Metro bus stop has also been affected. A detour route has now been signed to direct westbound East Wilson Street drivers to King Street and South Pinckney Street. And you can expect these delays until later on tonight. More local news now. A battle of the bands stacked with rock stars from the prolific 90s grunge scene and beyond came together Saturday at the Sylvie to raise money for epilepsy research. This is a yearly celebration called Joey's Song, honoring the life of Joey Gomal, who died when he was just 4 years old from a rare form of epilepsy. Joey's father, Mike, started the event back in 2010 after his son's passing, and he has helped raise over $950,000 ever since. This year, members of Garbage, Belly, Portugal, The Man, Fountains of Wayne, Big Star, Letters to Cleo, and many more, including Butch Vig, took the stage for a sold-out show.
They're donating their time to do it so that somebody else has a fighting chance. And so that's what I'm talking about, so that a parent that's getting the diagnosis today and does some research and types in Dravet syndrome sees that Joey's Song exists in Madison, Wisconsin, and they're funding research into it. It's one less thing they need to worry about in their fight.
According to the CDC, around 3.4 million adults and nearly 500,000 children have active epilepsy in the research in 2015. Staying in Madison, if the farmers market is your thing, then you definitely don't want to miss out on the Madison late winter market. Yesterday, the market returned to Garver Feed Mill featuring vegetables, as well as an array of fruits, cheeses, meat, honey, and bakery items.
I'm glad Garver opens up the market to us. We're really fortunate to have this.
And for more info on the late winter farmers market, you can visit their website. That is dcfm.org. Now to some entertainment news. Hollywood's award season kicks off tonight with the Golden Globes. Major film nominees include Barbie and Oppenheimer. On the TV side, Succession scored nearly twice as many nominations as any other show. Danya Bacchus gives us a behind-the-scenes look at tonight's show.
Hollywood's Party of the Year has a new network, new voters, and new categories. The executive producers say they plan to deliver a reimagined show.
What we're trying to do is take something that has a really beautiful history to it, but also, kind of reinvent and move forward.
What will remain the same? The fun and glamour.
After a very crazy 2023, which found us on picket lines, this year we're going to be back on the red carpet at the Golden Globes.
Angelique Jackson is a senior entertainment writer for Variety.
It's always Hollywood's biggest party, but I think it'll be even more glitzy and glamorous and really fun.
Chef Nobu Matsuhisa and his team of 25 experienced chefs are preparing to serve some of the biggest names in Hollywood.
This is like a Golden Globe, the biggest event in Los Angeles.
He gave a sneak peek of the planned dinner menu, including salmon tartare, sashimi salad, and his signature dish, black cod miso. The Beverly Hilton's International Ballroom is where the Golden Globes will be held, and celebrities like Ryan Gosling, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Oprah Winfrey will be sitting at tables like this one, enjoying their gourmet meal and, of course, bottles of champagne. They'll also be treated to a $500,000 swag bag, the most expensive in award show history. The goodies include trips to some of the world's best hotels, bespoke sneakers, a session with a celebrity tattoo artist, and a rare watch. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Comedian Joe Coy is set to host the show, and the Golden Globes air tonight on CBS and streams on Paramount+. Time now is 7:08, still ahead. How a winter storm is impacting people on the East Coast. Plus, let's take a look outside our window at the state capitol. Jacob has another check of the forecast just ahead.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
The bag is back at Menards. Get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag, from household items and pet toys to power tools and even your favorite snacks. Get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag. This deal won't last long. Hurry in to get your bag and see how much you can save. Sale ends January 14th.
Save big money at Menards.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You can even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Brothers Maine has been family-owned since 1938. Some of us were born into this family, and others chose to join through the years. We know you can't replace family, but you can replace appliances, and Brothers Maine is here for you when one breaks down. Our in-house team has delivered ranges to washers to refrigerators to hectic households in a pinch, oftentimes the next day. Just because an appliance breaks down doesn't mean you have to. We're not big box. We're Brothers Maine, and we want you to feel like family here.
When migraine strikes, you're faced with a choice. Ride it out with the trade-offs of treating, or push through the pain and symptoms. With Ubrelvy, there's another option. One dose works fast to eliminate migraine pain. Treat it anytime, anywhere, without worrying where you are or if it's too late.
Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Allergic reactions to Ubrelvy can happen. Most common side effects were nausea and sleepiness.
Migraine pain relief starts with you. Ask about Ubrelvy. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Good morning, everybody. Here's a look at the alert day we have for Tuesday and Tuesday night. We are going to see around 2 to 6 inches of snowfall, and on top of the snow, we also are going to see some windy conditions. Now, this is for all of southern Wisconsin, and even you folks in La Crosse are expected to see enough snow to warrant the alert day. So we'll see around 2 to 4 inches for you folks, so a little bit less, but still going to see that accumulating snow nonetheless. Looking at the 3 things you need to know, obviously we're going to see that snowfall, and we're also going to see some windy weather with the snow, and we could even see some blizzard conditions at times. Much colder weather will follow the system, and we also have a few other chances of snow before we get to the end of this week. So looking at future track, not going to see much today or tomorrow, maybe a few light flurries here and there, but certainly not going to see anything accumulate. But as we get late into Monday evening and early Monday night, we're going to see that snow move into our area, and it's expected to be widespread and consistent throughout the day on Tuesday. And this is going to impact both southern Wisconsin and the central portion of the state, maybe in all the way up north towards Rhinelander. Maybe that area could see some accumulation as well. But for southern Wisconsin, this will likely be probably the most snow, and also just to the south in northern Illinois, as this is going to continue into Tuesday night, but should clear out by Wednesday morning with maybe a few lingering flurries. And then by Wednesday afternoon, we certainly are going to see dry weather with another chance of snow late Wednesday night and early Thursday that could produce an additional 1 to 2 inches. But for the system through Wednesday morning, we're going to see around 4 to 6 inches with areas just to the south of Madison near the Illinois border. Janesville and Platteville could see around 6 to 8 inches. 2 to 4 for La Crosse, only about 1 to 2 for Eau Claire. So the further north you get, the less likely you will see that accumulating snow, or at least the less snow you will see. And these numbers are still subject to go a little bit up. I wouldn't be surprised if we see possibly a little bit more than 6 inches, but for now, we're expecting around 4 to 6 inches for a lot of our area. So looking more specifically at the timing, we're likely going to see difficult driving conditions from Monday evening all the way through Wednesday morning, but Tuesday evening will likely be the peak of the treacherous road conditions. And we're also going to see that windy weather with gusts up to 35 miles per hour. And I already talked about the 2 to 6 inches, but the good news is that we're not going to be very cold during this system, but we are going to be cold by the end of the week and the beginning of the following week. So here's a look at the 7 to 10 day forecast. Highs will be in the 30s through Tuesday, and then 20s for the end of the work week, teens and possibly highs in the single digits to start next week, and the low temperatures could be below 0 with breezy conditions that may cause wind chills to be even further below 0. We also have a few other chances of snow Wednesday night into Thursday, and then again Friday night into Saturday that could produce more accumulation. So it's going to be a much more active week, even beyond the alert day, as the temperatures will likely be the coldest they've been all season. And we could also see more accumulation after Tuesday, both Thursday and early Saturday.
All right, Jacob, thank you so much. And we aren't going to be the only people getting snow this week. Right now, millions of people across the eastern U.S. are feeling the impact of a powerful storm, bringing snow, freezing rain, and ice. Snow also pummeled parts of California. And a possible tornado touchdown in Florida Saturday night. Bradley Blackburn has the latest on the severe weather.
Along the eastern seaboard, winter arrived with force Saturday. A storm dumped snow.
The snow, how deep it is. Yeah. It's been so long.
With all the misery and joy it brings. In New Jersey, crews worked nonstop trying to keep highways clear. In Pennsylvania, slick conditions forced drivers to readjust.
I'm talking slippery, really slippery, to the point where you need to four-wheel drive.
There was heavy accumulation in parts of New York. In New York City, wet flakes and fog made skyscrapers vanish and washed out the Statue of Liberty's torch. Salt spreaders prepped the streets, but the snow didn't stick to the ground. In Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Saturday evening, an apparent tornado whipped near high-rises, snapping power lines, sending debris flying, and frightening those who saw it.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
The funnel moved out to sea, and officials say there are no reports of injuries. Out west, there was snow in Nevada and California, where blizzard-like conditions pounded the Sierra Nevadas. More than a foot fell in places, and it was enough to snarl roads. It caused accidents and frustrated drivers and made plenty of sledders smile.
It's perfect. We have everything we need.
Winter's wild weather all across the country. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Coming up next, Andrew has your Saturday sports news. Please stick with us.
Call for action only on News 3 Now. by the divine. Shin Yun. Coming to Milwaukee and Madison, February 3rd through the 11th.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is taking you beyond the barometer. Email your weather-related questions to firstwarn@wisctv.com, and our team of meteorologists will give you the answers on News 3 Now, live at 4.
Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're 4imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Get ready, Madison. Madison Magazine's Winter Restaurant Week is here. Over 40 restaurants will showcase 3-course meals from $30 with 15 restaurants serving lunch. Plus, enjoy the perfect pairings with wine and more from E&J Gallo. Check our online guide on madisonmagazine.com to see which places offer takeout and dine-in. Save the dates, January 22nd through the 26th. Madison Magazine's Winter Restaurant Week, where good times and great meals come together. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund, and supporting sponsor, Roth Cheese.
Morgan Murphy Media's Madison area affiliates are expanding our community outreach efforts to attract a more diverse pool of candidates to fill current and future job vacancies. Your local organization is encouraged to assist in this effort by referring qualified applicants. If you wish to be notified of employment opportunities at Morgan Murphy Media, please contact the Director of Human Resources in writing or via email, or check current job listings by logging on to channel3000.com/jobs.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobeson Buses. Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son, the fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in. They don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
The highest art is beautiful, timeless, inspired by the divine. Shin Yun. Coming to Milwaukee and Madison, February 3rd through the 11th.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Here's a look at the impacts we're going to see from the upcoming system. We'll see high impacts with snow and wind, and the bad roads are also expected. Likely from Monday evening, probably a little closer towards Monday night through Wednesday morning is when the roads will be bad. Now, the good news is that it's not going to be quite as cold, but it will be cold towards the end of the week. Now, here's a little bit closer of a look at some of the other impacts we're going to see. Not going to see quite as much impact when it comes to walking, as the snow will be a little bit fresh, especially during the time that's snowing, but the roads will definitely be very slippery, and clearing will be a little bit difficult, simply because the snow will be a little bit wetter, which means it won't accumulate quite as much as it could if the snow was fluffy, but it will cause a little bit more difficulty clearing, as the snow will be pretty heavy. Now, we also are going to see more snow towards the end of the week. This is a look at the precipitation chances, all in the form of snow, I should point out. We have a good chance of snow Thursday morning, and then another chance as we get to Friday night and early Saturday.
Wisconsin men's basketball came into Saturday winners of 9 of their last 10, but Nebraska presented their biggest Big Ten test yet. The Huskers have been hot, but the Badgers have been one of the best offenses in the country. Shucky Hepburn, check this out, fakes the pass on the Euro step and gets the layup to go. The Badgers led 51-38 at half, their most points in a half against a Big Ten opponent in the Greg Gard era. And the 3-ball and Connor Esijan were the stories of the day. Esijan, who's hardly played this season, splashed 4 triples in the game, easily a season best. Wisconsin hit 13 threes as a team. And then later, the Badgers, who led comfortably for most of this game, got this one to go. Tyler Wall's first 3 of the season. It falls, and he'd finish with a team-best 17 points. These Badgers are explosive on offense and win it 88-72.
I thought just up and down the lineup, we got great contributions. Obviously, Connor comes in and knocks down some shots, but John, Kamari McGee, even though he played about 6 minutes, I thought they were very impactful. Just a lot of good things across the board, and
happy for our guys.
You know, this is a team, when they're hitting their shots, it's one of the top teams in the country. You know, I think they were making 6 a game, and they hit 13 on us tonight, and give them credit for that. They stepped up with a lot of confidence and knocked down their shots.
What more could you ask for out of Mike Hastings? The first-year head coach has taken a struggling Wisconsin men's hockey program back to national prominence in the span of just a few months. And today, his Badgers had the chance to sweep Notre Dame in one of the country's toughest environments. Badgers leading 1-0 in the early going, looking for another one. Cruz Lucius on the one-timer to Matthew D. St. Foul, who gets the goal to go. Badgers lead it 2-0. And then still in the first period, just about 8 minutes left in it on a power play. Wisconsin trying to go for the 3-0 lead. And how about another one from D. St. Foul? How good has he been this year? His 6th and 7th goals of the season put the Badgers up 3-0, and Bucky would need all of them because they go on to win it 7-4 is your final. And the women were on the ice too, here home in Madison, trying to complete a weekend sweep over Merrimack, and they wasted no time in this one. Just 2 minutes into the game, and look at Sarah Wozniewicz sneak one past the keeper for the goal, her 7th goal of the year, and it would give Bucky a 1-0 lead. And then less than a minute later, Kirsten Sims said, you know what, I'll join in on the fun too. Look at the touch pass from the senior Casey O'Brien to set it up. The Badgers get the goal, and they go on to win in blowout fashion. 6-1 is your final. And, of course, how could we forget about the Packers and Bears game? Make sure to watch that today. We'll have highlights tonight. But for now, that's your morning sports fix. Have a sensational Sunday.
Thank you, Andrew. Now to a really interesting story. The phrase rocking the boat usually implies someone is causing trouble by pushing the limits. But for some students in New York, it's about pushing through the waves of life. CBS's Jerika Duncan explains.
The adrenaline pump you get out of it is like incredible. There we go.
17-year-old Victoria Murillo sails along the Bronx River with confidence and ease.
I've seen people come out here and they're like, oh my God, this is like really scary, especially
like that right there.
I was very shy before rocking the boat, and the main thing I apply now is communication, like being assertive and like letting people know that I'm here and that I have a voice.
If you adjust your cut to that angle, then it should butt in correctly.
She's one of 900 students who have joined Rocking the Boat. It's a nonprofit organization teaching middle and high schoolers how to build boats, sail them.
There, you got it.
And the importance of protecting the water quality of the river.
Why do you have to replace the whole thing?
Adam Green founded the program 25 years ago.
I started this as a volunteer project when I was in college, and so this is still my first job out of college. It's changed a whole lot.
It's located in one of New York City's poorest neighborhoods in the Bronx, which is on purpose, says Green, who always envisioned working with underserved youth.
Where does that come from?
In me, I guess it comes from my parents. I was very fortunate to have parents who were always focused on equity, on trying to allow everybody to have opportunities.
33-year-old Juan Pablo is the director of sailing.
What is your hope for these children that you're interacting with on a regular basis?
We want kids to come through here and learn about themselves and what they want to do in the future, set up goals for the future. So our hope for them is to be able to become better people. Sailing and environmental education and boat building are just a mechanism to get them there.
Okay, ready to tack?
All right, ready?
And by the looks of it, students like Victoria Murillo are headed in the right direction. Jerika Duncan, CBS News, New York.
There's still a half-hour news ahead here on Weekend Mornings. Next, we're going to run through the morning's top stories. We'll be right back.
It's here, Wisconsin's newest and most exclusive sports show. Wisconsin Huddle. It's more than just highlights. It's more than X's and O's. It's a dynamic 30-minute weekly special produced for the die-hard fans of Wisconsin athletics. Embark on an exclusive journey into the lives of some of UW's top athletes as we offer an inside look into their world. Watch Wisconsin Huddle Friday nights at 6:30. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
We can't help what you do before you go to bed, but we can make sure the sleep is solid once you finally get there. And during the extended New Year's super sale at Denver Mattress, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or purchase a Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 gift. Check out the Summit for only $299.99, plus 6 years no interest financing and free shipping. Here's to 365 nights of better sleep. Happy New Year from Denver Mattress.
It's here, Wisconsin's newest and most exclusive sports show. Wisconsin Huddle. It's more than just highlights. It's more than X's and O's. It's a dynamic 30-minute weekly special produced for the die-hard fans of Wisconsin athletics. Embark on an exclusive journey into the lives of some of UW's top athletes as we offer an inside look into their world. Watch Wisconsin Huddle Friday nights at 6:30. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
This is morning in Wisconsin. And while you're getting started, we've been getting ready to show you what's happening on this new day. News 3 Now this morning is leading the way with local breaking news, showing you the places and meeting the people that make our area special, and letting you know what to expect when you head out the door. Start your day with the Emmy Award-winning News 3 Now this morning, weekdays from 4:30 to 7.
Right now it's 7:30 and getting colder this week, but how close are we to seeing Madison's lakes freeze? Our Brian Ross finds out. Also this half hour, Boeing jets are grounded after a window was blown out of an Alaskan flight. What you need to know is coming up.
And the snow is coming. All the full forecast coming up.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings, this new half hour on January 7th. Nicolas Cage is our celebrity birthday today. He turned 60. We were saying off camera. I have no idea.
He doesn't know him. If you watch the whole show, he's actually never seen National Treasure, so you lied.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go straight to weather.
Yeah, we're going to see calm weather today and tomorrow, but we do have the alert day Tuesday for the likelihood of accumulating snow. Now, looking at the current radar, we are seeing some very light flurries across our area, and although these flurries may continue, they're certainly not going to amount to any accumulation. Right now, it looks like the flurries are mostly between La Crosse and Eau Claire at the moment, near Black River Falls. But as I mentioned, although flurries are possible today, not really going to amount to much, certainly not going to accumulate at all. Now, looking at the winter weather bulletins, we do have a winter storm watch in effect for Grant County. Now, this is for Monday evening through Wednesday morning, and although there aren't any warnings or watches for the rest of our area, I do expect there to at the very least be winter weather advisories in effect for our entire area, if not more winter storm watches, and then by tomorrow they will likely be upgraded to winter storm warnings because the track of the system is trending a little bit further north, which will bring a little bit more snow than I had forecasted for yesterday. So I bumped the totals up to around 2 to 6 inches, but it is possible that parts of our area could see closer to 8 inches as we are going to see the snow last for quite a bit. And also you folks in La Crosse will also see a bit more snow than initially forecasted for, as the system will kind of spread out into the central and even possibly the northern portion of the state. So I'll have the full forecast on the winter storm approaching coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Like Jacob mentioned, you can expect temperatures to cool down after the storm, but that doesn't mean the lakes of southern Wisconsin will freeze over anytime soon. Our Brian Ross caught up with the Clean Lakes Alliance to get the answer.
Typically by early January, you can take a walk on frozen Lake Mendota without even worrying about falling through the ice. But right now, well, I wouldn't test it.
They're going to get frozen soon. You know, the cold temperatures are coming up this week.
Ice fishing, snowshoeing, skating, all your favorite frozen lake activities will have to wait. Right now, the only guys out on Mendota have feathers. Lake Mendota is actually one of the most studied lakes in the world. The University of Wisconsin has been tracking freeze and thaw dates for almost 200 years. But how do they decide when it's officially frozen?
Before satellites and TVs and all those type of things, you would actually go to Bascom Hill, really high point on Lake Mendota. You go to Maple Bluff, a really high point. And if you couldn't row a boat from one end to the other with a case of beer, then it's frozen.
It's anybody's guess when that will happen each year. In fact, if you guess right, you could be rewarded.
You can just Google Mendota Freeze or go to Clean Lakes Alliance and guess. If you guess correctly, you get a $1,000 gift card from Land's End, so you can suit up like my stuff here and stay warm.
Here are some stats to help you out with your guesses. The earliest freeze date ever recorded, well, that was all the way back in 1880 on November 23rd. The latest freeze date ever, that was in 1932 on January 30th.
Last year, they froze on, December 25th, Christmas. It was a great Christmas present to all of us.
But have no fear, Executive Director of Clean Lakes Alliance, James Ty, is confident the lake will be frozen soon. It has to be. In just under a month, he and his team will pack the lake for the annual Frozen Assets Festival.
Skating on the lake, kites on the lake, and of course the Frozen 5K, the only run walk completely on ice in the entire world.
But whether it's iced over for Thanksgiving or after the new year, Ty says you should get out and enjoy the frozen lakes whenever you can. Reporting on Lake Mendota, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
All right, thanks, Braden. Speaking of going out on the ice, the Dane County Sheriff's Office has shared some safety tips for you to know about. Among them is make sure someone you know knows where you are and when you will return. And do not go out alone. You can also check around the ice and make sure you know where you're stepping before you do step. And even if you see other people further out, assume the ice is unsafe until you have checked it yourself. And most importantly, if in doubt, don't go out. The new year has brought back a traditional winter staple to the Madison area. Yesterday, the Madison Late Winter Farmers Market returned to Garver Feed Mill. Beginning Saturdays now, the market will take place each Saturday through April 6th between 8 a.m. and noon. And there will be winter vegetables as well as an array of fruits, cheeses, meat, honey, and bakery items. For more info, you can visit their website at dcfm.org. Saturday marked 3 years since hundreds of people attacked the U.S. Capitol to stop the certification of the 2020 presidential election. Yesterday, the Justice Department released new video from outside the House chamber on the day of the attack. You can see two Republican congressmen, Troy Niels of Texas and then Representative Mark Wayne Mullen of Oklahoma, who are seen talking to the rioters through a shattered glass doorway. The rioters are heard shouting at the congressmen, some yelling at them, "This is our house." The video was shot by Damon Beckley, who is one of the people who was found guilty of obstructing the Electoral College certification and of civil disorder. The FAA has ordered a ground stop for all Boeing 737 MAX 9 jets after a window blew out during a flight from Portland, Oregon to Ontario, California Friday evening. It forced the plane to return for an emergency landing. Boeing has said it fully supports the decision to inspect the aircraft. The National Transportation Safety Board is now investigating it as an accident.
Fortunately, all passengers deplaned. We are not aware of any serious injuries.
The flight included 171 passengers and 6 crew members. Alaska Airlines, United Airlines have both said it will suspend all of its 737 MAX 9 planes. While we're expecting snow this week, parts of the East Coast are getting some of their own right now. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy said Saturday they are preparing for the first significant winter snowstorm in years. Murphy said they are predicting a potential of 6 to 10 inches of snow in the northwestern portion of the state, especially Sussex and Warren counties. He said there also could be minor coastal flooding. Governor Murphy urged residents to stay home during the storm and the state's response.
We are blessed that this is a weekend event. And it's not a holiday, so you don't have a lot of folks traveling to visit families. It's another reason to underscore, not only do we want you to stay off the roads, it should be a lot easier for more folks to stay off the roads.
The governor said he expects the most intense part of the storm to wrap up by midday today. Time now is 7:37. Still ahead, Shane Hogan checks in with a health conversation on the goals that you can set for this new year.
The New Year Super Sale at Denver Mattress has been extended. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or check out the Summit for only $299.99. Plus 6 years no interest financing and free shipping. Happy New Year from Denver Mattress.
A concert experience you won't want to miss. It's the Commodores. Performing live Saturday, February 17th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. 70 million albums sold, 7 #1 hits. The Grammy Award-winning Commodores. February 17th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
The landscape of fitness was bleak. Toxic instructors, shady scammers, and Bispo Bakes. Mother Fitness was angry. Megan Thee Stallion. Hello, my hot girl. Enough of this toxic nastiness. So she took her hotties to the judgment-free zone. Welcome to Planet Fitness, where everybody can work out in their own way.
Listen to Mother Fitness. Join for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, January 12th.
Where are my legs?
At US Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself a free phone from US Cellular.
She's here.
Then, give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at US Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
Hello, Wisconsin insurance brokers. Are you seeking outstanding dental coverage options? Momentum Insurance is your answer. A locally owned Madison company, we specialize in meeting Wisconsin residents' dental insurance needs. Our comprehensive coverages, competitive commissions, bonus programs, and online portals are what set us apart. Partner with us to elevate your group dental offerings. For details, visit our website at MomentumPlans.com. Momentum Insurance, your partner for outstanding dental coverage.
At Gruber Law Offices, you pay us nothing until we win your case. We don't get paid until after you get paid. It costs you nothing to get the help you need after a serious accident. The call, free. The consultation, free. Our team can answer your questions and handle your concerns for free. Let our team get you the results and compensation you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
The New Year Super Sale at Denver Mattress has been extended. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or check out the Summit for only $299.99. Plus 6 years no interest financing and free shipping. Happy New Year from Denver Mattress.
Here's a look at the impacts we are going to see from the upcoming winter storm. We'll have high impacts with the snow and wind department, and the roads are also expected to be pretty treacherous at times. Now, the good news is that we aren't going to see the temperatures that cold, but they are going to get cold as we head towards the end of the week. Now, looking a little bit closer at the timing of it all, we are going to see around 2 to 6 inches from late Monday evening through early Wednesday. Difficult driving is expected, especially during the day on Tuesday. I'd say the peak for the worst driving conditions will be Tuesday evening. We're also going to see that wind. Temperatures not that bad. Now, this isn't the only snow we're going to see this week. Here's a look at the precipitation chances for the next 7 days. This is all in the form of snow, I should point out. We are going to see another chance of snow Thursday, especially early in the day, and then again Friday through early Saturday, and those two systems could produce an additional, some additional accumulation. So when the whole week is over, we could be seeing more snow this week than we've had so far this entire winter.
Thank you for that update, Jacob. Now to health conversations. This morning, our Shane Hogan sits down with Dr. Rupa Shah to talk about SMART goals and what they are and how you can utilize them. Here now is that conversation.
SSM Health Family Medicine physician and wellness coach Dr. Rupa Shah offers some tips on how to get SMART goals this new year. All right, Dr. Shah, what does it mean to have a SMART goal?
Yeah, so you may have heard this kind of acronym before, but it's really just a nice guideline we use in coaching. So it stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timed or trackable. And that's really what SMART stands for. Yeah. So the specifics of each of these really are that the S stands for specific. So you don't want to just say, I'm going to be healthy this year. what are you going to do to be healthy?
Right.
Well, I might try and smoke less. I might try and eat healthier this year. M, again, is measurable, so you want it to just be a little bit more specific in terms of like how many days a week are you going to try and attain this goal? 2 days, 3 days? A, attainable. Is it something that you can actually achieve this year? You don't want to aim too high, but you also don't want to aim too low so that you can make some good progress. R is realistic. Again, is it something that you can actually do, setting realistic goals? And then again, T is trackable. So you can somehow keep track of it to see where you started from when you finished, because obviously want to make some progress.
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
That
Now, I think, you know, people go in with their New Year's resolutions. They're all fired up to add all these different things to their lives, and that's great. But then you realize, oh, maybe I don't have time for all these things or the resources. So that realistic point, I think, is one, you know, people can focus on. So what does it look like to have some of those realistic goals on your weekly, you know, schedule for some people?
Yeah, so again, you want to kind of work it into your schedule. That's really the key, is trying to look at what does your life look like and how can you fit these things in in a manner that would work for you. And that's what a good health and wellness coach kind of helps do as well, is just really getting to know you and working with you to see how it fits into your lifestyle.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what other advice do you have for people as they move into this new year?
Yeah, so as always, I say, surround yourself with people that are supportive of your motivations and desires and passions. These people are going to be there for you when things get tough, and just to really lift you up and keep you on your goals. If that doesn't work, or you don't have that support group, this is where a great board-certified health and wellness coach can really step in and help you move through those SMART goals in a sequential pattern that's going to work well for you, but also help you when you get kind of hung up and things do and will usually get tough, to help you kind of find alternatives to get back on track and help you be successful in your healthcare goals.
Give me that little extra push that maybe your friends won't give you.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, that's a great tip. Dr. Shaw, where else can people find you?
So they can find me on Instagram at Wellness with Dr. Shaw.
All right, thank you as always.
Thank you.
All right, still ahead, Andrew will check in with Saturday's news and sports, and let's take another live look outside. Jake will have your full forecast up next.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Experience the Channel 3000 News app today. Tailored for your news the way you want it. With a customizable home page and faster page loads. Download the Channel 3000 News app. Powered by News 3 Now.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
This is Matt Gunderson. It still hits me every time TAPS is played. We're honored to serve those who served. An eligible Veterans Life Celebration includes honors recognizing their dedication and selfless service, including uniform and medal displays.
Get ready, Madison. Madison Magazine's Winter Restaurant Week is here. Over 40 restaurants will showcase 3-course meals from $30 with 15 restaurants serving lunch. Plus, enjoy the perfect pairings with wine and more from E&J Gallo. Check our online guide on madisonmagazine.com to see which places offer takeout and dine-in. Save the dates, January 22nd through the 26th. Madison Magazine's Winter Restaurant Week, where good times and great meals come together. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund, and supporting sponsor, Roth Cheese.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning, everybody. Here's one last look at the 3 things you need to know for this upcoming week. We are going to see that snow move in Monday night, and it will likely continue through Tuesday night with windy conditions accompanying, windy conditions accompanying the snow. Now, we also are going to see some much colder weather by the time we get to the end of the week with a few more rounds of snow before we get to the weekend. So we have that alert day for Tuesday and Tuesday night due to the snowfall and windy weather. Now, the track of the system is trending a little bit further north, so we actually have increased the snowfall forecast from 1 to 5 to 2 to 6 inches, and it's possible that we could see maybe a few isolated locations close to 8 inches of snow. But in general, all of southern Wisconsin, including much of the central portion of the state, will see that snowfall. Those of you in La Crosse still going to see accumulating snow, just not quite as much as the southern portion of the state. So here's a look at the forecast. Today and tomorrow are going to be fairly dry, but that snow will move in Monday night, and it's going to be pretty widespread, and it's going to be pretty consistent throughout the early morning hours Tuesday and throughout the afternoon Tuesday as well. This will continue into the overnight hours Tuesday, but it should clear up a little bit by Wednesday morning and then completely clear up by the time we get to Wednesday afternoon. And then as we look towards Wednesday night and early Thursday, we are going to see a second system move through our area that could give us an additional 1 to 2 inches. And we have one final system coming in towards the end of the week before we are going to see the temperatures drop, and temperatures will be a bit cooler with a little bit of dry weather. Still some flurries possible by then. But here's a look at the forecast, snowfall forecast for the next few days. We're going to expect around 4 to 6 inches for a lot of our area, but areas just to the south of Madison could see up to 6 to 8 inches. And the further north you go, the less likely you will see a lot of snowfall, but still going to see around 2 to 4 inches in La Crosse and maybe around 1 to 2 for you folks up in Eau Claire. So this will really impact much of Wisconsin, but the southern portion of the state will see the most snow out of it. So here's a little bit of a look at the impacts we're going to see. Major impacts to driving, and it's also going to be pretty difficult to clear because the snow is expected to be pretty wet, which will make the snow heavy. Not going to be as bad walking since the snow will be a little bit fresh as it falls. So not going to see as much slippery conditions on the sidewalks, but the roads are going to be slippery. And as I mentioned, clearing the snow might get pretty difficult. So here's a look at the full 10-day forecast. Colder by the end of the week with a few chances of snow, especially Wednesday night into Thursday, and then again Friday into Saturday. So the weather's going to be a little bit more active for sure. Even after the alert day, we could see a few rounds of accumulation before the week is over with much colder weather, especially by the time we get to next week.
All right, thank you so much, Jacob. Now here's Andrew with your morning sports report.
Wisconsin men's basketball came into Saturday winners of 9 of their last 10, but Nebraska presented their biggest Big Ten test yet. The Huskers have been hot, but the Badgers have been one of the best offenses in the country. Shucky Hepburn, check this out, fakes the pass on the Euro step and gets the layup to go. The Badgers led 51-38 at half, their most points in a half against a Big Ten opponent in the Greg Gard era. And the 3-ball and Connor Essegian were the stories of the day. Essegian, who who's hardly played this season, splashed 4 triples in the game, easily a season best. Wisconsin hit 13 threes as a team. And then later, the Badgers, who led comfortably for most of this game, got this one to go. Tyler Wall's first 3 of the season. It falls, and he'd finish with a team-best 17 points. These Badgers are explosive on offense and win it 88-72.
I thought just up and down the lineup, we got great contributions. Obviously, Connor comes in and knocks down some shots, but John, Kamari McGee, even though he played about 6 minutes, I thought they were very impactful. Just a lot of good things across the board, and happy for our guys.
You know, this is a team, when they're hitting their shots, it's one of the top teams in the country. You know, I think they were making 6 a game, and they hit 13 on us tonight, and give them credit for that. They stepped up with a lot of confidence and knocked down their shots.
What more could you ask for out of Mike Hastings? The first-year head coach has taken a struggling Wisconsin men's hockey program back to national prominence in the span of just a few months. And today, his Badgers had the chance to sweep Notre Dame in one of the country's toughest environments. Badgers leading 1-0 in the early going, looking for another one. Cruz Lucius on the one-timer to Matthew Desane foul, who gets the goal to go. Badgers lead it 2-0. And then still in the first period, just about 8 minutes left in it on a power play. Wisconsin trying to go for the 3-0 lead. And how about another one from Desane foul? How good has he been this year? His 6th and 7th goals of the season put the Badgers up 3-0, and Bucky would need all of them because they go on to win it 7-4 is your final. And the women were on the ice too, here home in Madison, trying to complete a weekend sweep over Merrimack, and they wasted no time in this one. Just 2 minutes into the game, and look at Sarah Wozniewicz sneak one past the keeper for the goal, her 7th goal of the year, and it would give Bucky a 1-0 lead. And then less than a minute later, Kirsten Sims said, you know what, I'll join in on the fun too. Look at the touch pass from the senior Casey O'Brien to set it up. The Badgers get the goal, and they go on to win in blowout fashion. 6-1 is your final. And of course, how could we forget about the Packers and Bears game? Make sure to watch that today. We'll have highlights tonight. But for now, that's your morning sports fix. Have a sensational Sunday.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what you need when you've been in a serious truck accident. Call Gruber Law Offices. We've successfully helped people injured by big trucks for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
When you donate furniture, cabinets, and appliances to Habitat Restore, you make an impact on neighbors in your community. Profits generated from Restore sales help provide safe and secure housing for hardworking families across Dane County. Donate to make a difference today.
It's Steinhaffel's Dream Vacation Giveaway. Stop in and test rest a Beauty Rest Black for your chance to win a trip to Hawaii. Right now, save up to $600 on adjustable base sets. Then get $300 in Steinhaffel's cash, plus a $100 MasterCard rewards card. Beauty Rest Black Queen mattresses start at $52 per month when you use Steinhaffel's 60-month financing. The Dream Vacation Giveaway. Get in today for your chance to win. Relax, it's Steinhaffel's.
Army National Guard soldiers have the option to train and learn skills in the trade fields, skills that can lead to employment at home as well. Find out how you can learn a trade and serve part-time for your community and country by visiting NationalGuard.com.
A concert experience you won't want to miss. It's the Commodores. Performing live Saturday, February 17th at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. 70 million albums sold, 7 #1 hits. The Grammy Award-winning Commodores. February 17th at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
When migraine strikes, you're faced with a choice. Ride it out with the trade-offs of treating, or push through the pain and symptoms. With Ubrelvy, there's another option. One dose works fast to eliminate migraine pain. Treat it anytime, anywhere, without worrying where you are or if it's too late.
Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Allergic reactions to Ubrelvy can happen. Most common side effects were nausea and sleepiness.
Migraine pain relief starts with you. Ask about Ubrelvy. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
A truck crash can be life-changing. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. We have a powerful team with the knowledge, resources, and history of results you'll need. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Monday at 6, to tip or not to tip. If you're unsure, you're not alone. I'm talking with people on State Street to see if tipping has gone too far.
I think it has gotten a little bit out of hand.
Let's find out why one local business has tossed out tipping altogether. Monday on News 3 Now at 6.
Help St. Vincent de Paul and News 3 Now give neighbors in need a warm night's sleep. The last weekend in January, donate new or gently used blankets at St. Vinny's and local drop-off sites. Or give to the online blanket fund. Join us and recycle the warmth.
The snow is coming, and here's one final look at the forecast. It will move in late Monday evening and early Monday night, and it likely will continue throughout the day on Tuesday for pretty much our entire area. This will also continue into the overnight hours Tuesday before starting to break up by Wednesday morning, and then by Wednesday afternoon it will clear out. We'll see around 4 to 6 inches for much of our area, 2 to 4 near La Crosse, 1 to 2 near Eau Claire. South of Madison could actually see up to 6 to 8 inches. More snow chances for the end of the week, and we also will see much colder temperatures by the beginning of the following week, with highs in the single digits, possibly lows near or below zero, with wind chill values well below zero.